see the joy you bring, and all I want to do is to serve you. I see the joy you bring, and all I want to do is to serve you. Savesham Spasti Bhavatu, Savesham Shanti Bhavatu, Savesham Purnam Bhavatu, Savesham Mangalam Bhavatu. I see the relief you give, and my tears of love are overflowing. I see the relief you give, and my tears of love are overflowing. Savesham Svasti Bhavatu, Savesham Shanti Bhavatu, Savesham Purnam Bhavatu, Savesham Mangalam Bhavatu. I see the fulfillment you bring, and I lay my gratefulness at your feet. I see the fulfillment you bring, and I lay my gratefulness at your feet. Savesham Svasti Bhavatu, Savesham Shanti Bhavatu, Savesham Purnam Bhavatu, Savesham Mangalam Bhavatu. I see the growth you inspire, and I am happy to be alive. I see the growth you inspire, and I am happy to be alive. Savesham Svasti Bhavatu, Savesham Shanti Bhavatu, Savesham Purnam Bhavatu, gratefulness at your feet. Salvesham swasti bhavatu. Salvesham shanti bhavatu. Salvesham purnam bhavatu. Salvesham mangalam bhavatu. I see the growth you inspire, and I am happy to be alive. I see the growth you inspire, and I am happy to be alive. Sarvesham swasti bhavatu. Sarvesham shanti bhavatu. Sarvesham purnam bhavatu. Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu.
You can feel it. It's magical, and you just like, you want to be there. I was like, I don't want to leave it. I just don't want to go anywhere.
And there was a sense of joy and also excitement.
That power, that feeling, that is just out of this world.
It's just life-changing, I think. Everything's life-changing with him.
It was incredible feeling, an incredible state to feel the stillness, the calm, the peace, the connection with everything.
About a minute into it, I just completely relaxed, and you're just completely, your mind's just really clear, no thoughts. It's just kind of just that moment of bliss. It was great.
It was like that bliss and really connecting with God. And I think I said, oh my God. It was just the purest, most gentle but divine feeling I've ever had in my life.
Oh no, that was just so special. I don't even know if I could put that into words, but I can feel myself misting up when I think about it. It was profound and so special.
It's just joy coming through, and it's amazing. It's powerful. It's very powerful.
His ability to share his Satori state and clear through all the many people's blockages that sit with him is very unique. I don't know of anyone else that can do that.
When Sri Avinash does this, you feel the energy instantly, of the calmness and the peace.
His patience and his love just drive the energy to come within you, and then you're able to relax and actually receive it.
Well, he's the guiding force. You can see that that he controls that divine energy, and he can direct it. And that's what's so special about him, I think.
It was amazing. The energy was so strong. Sri Avinash said I was on my divine couch. And I felt there was nothing else in the world that mattered. It was just total peace.
Love. Pure, unconditional love. And that's when I started crying, was because it just
I just felt my heart expand. And to me, that's what God feels like.
Sri Avinash is saying that's your soul, that's who you are. And to see that and feel that and share that is just beautiful.
Not only me, but Sri Avinash can, with his sheer resonating power, can just take one after the other, an entire room full of people, and with varying times, give everybody that experience, or at least close to it. It's just, there's no doubt in my mind. I wasn't even sure what I was chasing until that moment, and now I know what I'm chasing.
Hello, welcome to my Wisdom and Awakening webinar. Thanks again for joining, for those who actually joined the previous One World Healing, and thanks for joining me for all of you who who weren't in the previous One World Healing earlier. It's going to be another lovely webinar. I might be slightly biased there, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel. I always love these webinars, these technologies, allowing me to, I guess, share these teachings and these transmissions to all of you. So much benefit, and I guess in the comfort of my own home. So I'm very grateful for these technologies and for you to join me. So let me dive in and share the program, particularly for those who this is their first time, so you know what's happening in the next hour and a half. So I will start off with the awakening transmission. What that is basically with my intention and a wish, and just pulling you towards your ancient self, that magnificent ancient self in your being. So just pulling you towards that. So basically, to awaken that beauty in you, that happiness in you. So that's that transmission, followed by a talk that I will give, and then Prema will ask your questions to me, and then I'll try my best to answer them. And the last aspect of the webinar will be the Meet the Divine Infusion, where I pull your energy field towards meeting your soul within your being, and then pulling your soul, your energy from your soul to meet the divine, the source, the creator, whatever name you call it. You can call it God, creator, source, it doesn't matter. But basically, the meeting of your soul and the soul, the aspect of you as a soul, and the source meeting, become one, like that. That is not just fun and game. That is to create that remembrance of the connection, because that connection has never severed, for millions of years, it has never severed, all our journeys for many lifetimes. But that will help us to remember that, to recognize that. Because when you remember that and recognize that, your life will be, basically you'll be a master. You'll be a master. Your life will be happy. Life will tackle you and you just dodge it, sidestep, and then you go for the try. And that's football. Like that. Life can't affect you. You just enjoy life, you know. You enjoy your magnificent self. But that's why I do that transmission at the end. So let us start. That's enough talk from me for now. Let us start the awakening transmission. So just close your eyes and feel yourself receive the transmission. Try to feel that remembrance of your ancient being, ancient spirit. As I am awakening that right now. Try to feel that feeling like you're home again. It's like you've journeyed for a long time travelling and you're home again. It's a place where you feel light and free. Try to feel that feeling right now. You're being light and free, home again. No worries at all. No worries about life. You're above all that. No future, no past. No worries. Just light and free. Try to feel how light you are right now. so light and free. You've almost forgotten how that feels on this planet. We're so caught up in surviving. But now you feel so light and free. Now as you're feeling so light and free, try to feel suddenly love expanding, the divine love expanding your heart right now. You can feel that warmth and love in your heart. See it grow and expand, that love in your heart. Expand out of you, that divine love energy in your heart, just expanding outward, reaching the whole world. Try to feel that right now. Naturally, just expanding, and you're just seeing that divine love energy expanding without you doing anything, just naturally expanding, reaching the whole world. Now see that love energy expanding beyond this planet Earth and moving to the expanding to the whole universe, outward expanding like that. Try to see that right now. Seeing that love energy expanding within your heart outward to the whole universe, continuing to expand. Try to feel how easy that feels and natural, how natural that feels. Try to see that right now. Try to feel how natural that is. Your being of light and love. So bright. Across the universe, your light emanates. So natural, so effortless. Try to remember the feeling right now, your being. Your vastness. There's a natural feeling of loving everything around you and the whole universe. without trying, just natural in you. Just seeing that in you, that feeling. Such a beautiful feeling. So light and expansive. It's like you never want to leave this place. Try to remember this place, not a physical place. An indescribable place. Word can't describe it. Just your home. Try to remember the address, the feeling. Light and free. Love and goodness. So happy, so happy. So joyful. So natural. Try to remember this place, your home, wherever you are. In all moments of your life. Your divine essence. Words cannot describe it. This place, your home. So light and free. You can gently open your eyes now, and we'll end the transmission of awakening. Have a stretch. So the next part is my talk. I've been wanting to share this this talk to the world for maybe a month now, but it had to be queued up. You see, these talks just come through me, like it's like a download. It just comes through me, so it has to kind of sit in the queue. You know, it's like in the deli or the checkout supermarket. It's got to queue up, you know, to check out. So I'm very happy that finally it's in front of the queue, and you know, I'm able to share this talk with you. It is about really the secret to accessing our power, you know, our power within us. I guess who we are, how we're designed, our divine being, you know, and call it our godliness, our supreme being, whatever you call it. Like how to understand that and how to use that in every aspect of your life, you know. It's like your parents or grandparents gave you some money, your holiday money. Now it's time for you to enjoy it. Like the source gave us this power, you know. It's time for us to enjoy it. You know, there's no use having this power and don't know about it or don't know how to use it, you know, and thinking it's all wishy-washy stuff. You know. So let me start going to it. You see, basically, we are one with the source, you know, the creator. We're basically connected. Like we're not separate, you know. And enlightenment just simply means you remember that fully. You're not better than anybody else. You just remember that. And when you're not enlightened yet, you don't remember that fully. That's all it is. That's the only difference. Remember or not, you're the same. We're the same. You know, we're the same. So we're basically connected with the source. You know, which means whatever power the source, the creator, whatever words you call it, God, call it whatever, that power, we're not separate. See? It's the same. Like the water that flows from the river into the ocean, that water is in the river is not different to the water in the ocean. You know, I don't mean a philosophy sense. It's literally the same. So, what that means is we, in our being, we have this creative power. Like, I'm sure many of you have heard of this before, but I really want to show you how to utilize it in a very easy way, not abstract and distance way, you know. It shouldn't be distance because it's in your being, you know. So I want to share with you how it all works. See, the source has this power. So what that means is, whatever the creator wants to see, it just goes bang, happens. Like that. Happens, you know. Like, and the speed of that manifesting depends on your faith, your conviction. Like, if you have 100% conviction, you can just make it happen instantly. You know. So it comes to that remembrance, that faith, you know, like that. You know. So that's how that's how God created the whole universe. Basically, the Big Bang happened in an instant. Bang! You know, God was excited. Oh my God, this magnificent idea, you know, that the Big Bang is basically this idea God had that, oh my God, I know I'm magnificent. I can't experience greater than this, what I'm feeling, my magnificence, my joy, my love, my all-knowing, my all-power. Like, I can't improve on this. And then suddenly God had the idea that I can actually improve on this. Like, and then God got so excited that it happened in an instant. You know, because the idea was this, that if I split myself into billions of parts, trillions of parts, each one experience itself separately, as if it's separately. So in other words, I get to experience my magnificence trillions different ways. Like, that idea at the peak level as one. That idea was so amazing. God got so excited and just saw it happening, and boom, the whole universe was created. Like that. So what that means, because we're connected to the source, that power is in us. That power is actually in us. Matter of fact, when I'm healing someone, I'm actually tapping into that power. You know, I'm tapping into that power. You know, like, for example, when I'm healing not just one person, but I'm healing a whole hall, say 400 or 500 people in a hall. You know, and I'm just, for example, healing their back, their lower back pain. I mean, there's 400 or 500 people in a hall. So how do I do that? How do I do that? You know? So, but I know, whatever I see will become reality. Whatever I see will become reality. You know? Like that, you know, that knowing in me, starts to become a reality, you know. So what I do when I heal the large crowd at the same time, for example, I heal their back, because I heal the shoulders and heal the depression, anxiety, all sorts of things. But let's take, for example, the back. What I do is I see You know, I just see that everyone in the hall becomes like one. That's the first thing I see. So when I see that, that becomes reality. That's become a reality to me. And then I move to the lower back of that group as one. So it's like everybody has suddenly one back, one back, and everybody has one lower back. And then I go to the lower back, for example, and then I start to see the spine, the vertebrae kind of have a stretch out, not compressed but stretch out, and I pull the bulging disc in. I just see it happening. I see it happening, and then I see it move a perfect spot, position, lock in, and then it close up, and then I see it. The bone starts to kind of heal up as well. Heal up, and I see it. All the energy around it is cleared and flowing beautifully. Like that. And at the end of the healing session, I ask everybody, all different, put your hand up. If you could feel, of course I heal many different things during the session, but for example, I asked many questions, but I asked those who have their lower back, for example, improved, put their hand up. And you see people putting their hand up. And then I ask them, put your hand up if it's improved more than 50%. And the hands goes up. Put your hand up, improved by 75%. And and then a lot of the hands still staying up. So some come down and others stay up. And then I keep your hand up if it's completely healed, like no pain in your lower back. And then a lot of hands still remain. See, like I'm no different to you. I'm no different to you, like exactly. I'm actually no different to you. So how can I do that? You should be able to do that too. I'm telling you how. This is not about teaching you how to heal people's lower back. This is about how to create. See, I'm actually creating that reality. I'm creating what's called a healing, a perfect back healing, perfect reality. Seeing it as reality, because their back, whatever it is, pain, bulging, this is caused by past fear and conditioning, and conditioning, culminating to the manifestation, that fear to break that area. See, that's the past. I'm actually putting a new reality to it and seeing it right now, what's happening right now, what I want to see right now, and then that becomes reality. The past is gone. And suddenly the person, my back feels better. The pain is gone. But it seems magical, but it's not. It's not. When you understand this, how this all works. So let's move on. So now, see, that means whatever you want to see in your life, my God, you literally just design it. You design it. If you want happiness in your life, what you got to do is just see it. Just see it happening. Just see. Don't look at the unhappiness in your life. Don't look at the things that makes you unhappy. Don't look at what you don't want to see. Only see what you want to see. See? So for you to be able to do that, you basically have to not use these eyes to see. Because these eyes, it sees the past. You know what I mean? It sees the past. Like whatever you're seeing in you, in your outside world, you're actually seeing the past. If you're seeing unhappiness, you're actually seeing the past culminating and manifesting in this reality, what you call unhappiness. So you got to actually ignore that. You got to let go. In the same way, if someone has lower back pain and bulging disc and all sorts of things in the crowd when I'm healing, I'm not believing that past. I know it existed in the past, but now I don't see that anymore. I'm creating a new reality. Because I know what I see will become reality. In other words, what I see will be. You know? So that sometimes it's just a bit of a delay, you know, like that. Because sometimes there's two factors. One factor is our faith level, and the other factor is we have to feel compassionate to God's factory workers to actually deliver that. You have to kind of package it, go to the post office, you know, and send it away. It has to get delivered, and when you open that, boom, it happens. Like, you know, like the universe has to kind of put it together, you know. Like sometimes there's a bit of a delay, but be patient, you know, be patient. Just know that that's happening. When you order something, I always share, if you order something on eBay, know that it's on the way, you know. I know we're excited to get our thing, but just it's on the way, like that, you know. So you've got to let go of your past. Don't let these eyes see, you know. And whatever you're feeling sometimes, you're picking up this feeling of sadness, misery, and burden, and unhappiness, you know. Don't believe it. I'm not saying, use your common sense. If you got a cut, I'm saying don't believe, put a Band-Aid on it. I use common sense. I'm not telling you like, it's not there. Because the past has manifested that. You know. What you do now is just seeing it heal up and help it. The Band-Aid, you know, like that. So ignore the past. And just seeing the reality now. Now, that is the ultimate manifestation principle. That is the ultimate manifestation principle, you know. Manifestation will not work, you know, or when you order it, it takes 3 lifetimes to come. So therefore you don't see it happen in your reality like that. So, you know, you got to know how it works. You got to just not see the past. The reason why I'm emphasizing that so much is because if we don't get that, it won't work. It just won't work. Because we'll be trying to see reality, but we're like, oh, I don't believe it. Oh, I'm just seeing misery. So you're seeing your past. It's stronger, you know. The past is stronger. You're seeing in these eyes, like, you cannot tell me I'm not sad, or you cannot tell me I'm poor, financially poor. I'm saying, look, my car breaks down, I got no home, I got, you know, nothing. I'm telling you, that's your past. Don't see it like that. Don't see it like that. You know, like I love a part in Conversation with God when Neil said to God, it's basically one of my favorite books, the series of books, when Neil said to God, look what spirituality has brought me. Decades of, you know, spiritual practice and on the spiritual journey and all that type of stuff. Look what it has brought me. Like physical sickness, you know, like financial, but I'm basically one step away from the poorhouse. He said to God, you know, and God said to him, interesting that you see yourself as, I see your frustration. Interesting that you see yourself as one step away from the poorhouse, because I see yourself as, when I look at you, I see you one step away from the rich house. That's what God said to you. You know? And then he couldn't see at the time how it's going to happen, but God could see it. Because when God can see it, boom, it happened. You know, who's basically living in the street, you know, like because he lost his job and all that type of stuff. And before you knew it, he signed a book contract, and $1 million book contract, and suddenly he's not poor. He's not living in the street anymore. I'm not saying there's something wrong with living in the street in that. I'm just telling, like, when you see, what you see becomes a reality, like that. Now, when you, let's say, let me go to a more robust topic. Let's say those people who wish and dream to have the perfect ideal partner because they're alone, they want to share the journey together with another person that they have companion with, and so they don't feel alone. They feel connected. Someone that's nice and decent and listen to them and loves them and not cause them trouble, you know, like that. Even though relationship is not really designed for that. The relationship is designed for us to kind of bring us together and rub and kind of clash and conflict, and that makes us dig deep and go in our being and go in our, find our center. That's how find our divine being inside us. That's how we become happy, not depend on another person to give us happiness, you know. So that's the relationship was designed that way. But having said that, you got to make the most of it. You got to make the most of it. So let's say that you got that in mind, you know. Then what you do is you don't kind of like start to kind of hope someone's to come into your life, you know, and wait and hope. Oh, it's gonna come. Oh, it'll never happen. All that type of stuff. You just see it happening. You see it happening. You just see that the one that doesn't have that, they won't come to you. You just see the one that has pure love for you. Pure love for you. The one that is not trying to control you. In other words, they just love you for you to be free and light, you know. And you know, it doesn't hurt to kind of see the person as very wise, you know. Very wise, doesn't hurt. Instead of like messed up until you do messed up things and you start drowning, you both start drowning. It doesn't hurt to see the person as very wise, you know. Wise knows. Wise means what they think, do, and say leads to harmony. Leads to harmony and happiness for everybody, for them and people around them. That's what you call wisdom. Wise, and you might as well put in there that they're a good cook. You might as well put in there, you know. You know, just see them as like, you know, stirring the pot, and not just a good cook, but someone that enjoys cooking, not like a burden, you know. They might be a champion chef, but it's a burden to them, you know. You want someone that cooks with, puts love in the food, and you eat it. Oh my God, you can feel the love that, you know. And see yourself. If you're struggling financially, just see yourself having abundance, you know, having abundance. You know? It doesn't mean you have more abundance than other people have less abundance, you know. Not like that. Just see abundance is normal. Is normal. You know? Just see you don't have money issues, you know. Just see that you don't have money issues. You just see that whenever you need money, it just comes. It just comes. And also, it helps you. You want to, usually when that manifests, the money manifests, usually it comes as well when you kind of like know the value of money. Like usually it comes, it's like you have friendship with it. You're like, hey, how you doing? You know, where you been? I haven't seen you for a while. Take a seat. Let me make you some tea. You know, let's have a chat. And you know, like your friend. You know, like that. Just see it. Even though on the outside nothing is looking like that. Just seeing it like that. So that's no different to the way, for example, I'm sharing before, I'm healing someone's lower back. It's identical. It's the same principle. You know, same principle, like that. You know, you can see how you can use this for everything, including your health. Your health, probably, you know, your happiness, of course, your happiness. You know, happiness and health. Happiness and health. Your health. So for your health, you know, just if you have any pains and things and all that, problems in your health, just see that perfect. Just see that perfect. Oh my God. I can see it healing up. Like I can see it right. Oh, I can see it. I can see the ligaments and the tendon and the nerve. Just it's healing up, like healing up like this, like healing up. See it happen. See, perfect. You know. Okay. Now, I want to share one more thing. Before I finish this talk. You know, because I got the Q&A to do, and then I got the Meet the Divine Infusion as well. So I'm a bit behind. I'm always behind time. I want to share so much to you, you know. I want to share so much to you. I haven't got time. I can share with you for 10 hours straight, but you won't put up with me, you know. Who's gonna put up with me 10 hours straight, you know? Like this, you know. Anyway, I want to share one more thing to help you. How to be the creator that you are. How to be the creator that you are. So, sometimes our mind, of course we try to see what we see will be. So we don't care, we ignore the past, we ignore what's in front of our eyes, we just want to see what happens and it becomes reality. We create a new situation. But the problem is our doubt kicks in. We have a lot of doubt kicks in, like, I've never done that before. Oh, I'm not sure. You know, it may not work. It might work for him. Doesn't mean for me. You know, all this doubt kicks in. So another way to kind of help you squash down that doubt is you basically, as you're seeing that happen, you know, you basically, the same time you pray to God, same time you pray to God, you know, you can't pray to God, and it's not like you're praying, waiting for it to happen. You pray to God and you just assume that God's delivering it, you know, because God is really nice, in my opinion, you know, in my opinion, God's really nice, and nice people help you out. So that's the God that I know, you know, and the God that has helped me with everything I do. God is helping me to help you. You know, that is the God that I know, and I know God is nice. You know, so when I'm honest and sincere to ask God for help, you know, God, and then what you do is you just know God already approved it. You know, so as you're seeing your health get better, your knee pain or whatever condition you have, mental illness, physical illness, doesn't matter what you have. Just see just see it like perfect. Just see it like, if it's a mental illness, just see, oh, you have peace. You have peace, strength, and equanimity, equanimous mind, not nervous and that, you know. And you see that, but you're praying to God at the same time. And you're actually seeing God take over, and manifesting it for you. But what you're doing is you're kind of like working together with God. You're not going, okay, God, you do it. Like that. Not like that. What you're doing is you're seeing God help you do it, manifest it, but you're actually kind of, you're almost like with God together and saying, like seeing it happen. You kind of sit there kind of like watching it happen, like, you know, seeing it happen, watching it happen, but you're seeing God do it. God make it happen, and you're kind of watching, sitting there watching. You're not like, okay, God do it, I'm off to play tennis. That it's not that mindset. You're kind of with God there. You're kind of just seeing it happen, and you know God's doing everything. You know. And if it doesn't happen immediately, you just next thing you know, because don't let your mind down. You know, next thing you just know the next truth is that it's on delivery. Because God, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. There's many people praying to God. You know, so you're in the queue. You're in the queue, but it's gonna happen. 100% it's gonna happen. Don't doubt that. So, and if you do doubt that, here's another level. I'm showing you all the secrets. Here's another level. If you doubt, oh, God might have forgotten, you know, might have put me on the bottom of the list, forgotten. So tomorrow you do it again. You know, you do the same thing. You pray again. You see it happen, and you see God doing it for you. You know, that way you're kind of reminding God that don't forget. But the truth is, God hasn't forgotten. It's you are doubting, and it's your doubt that makes it not happen. But it's just a technique to make you overcome your doubt. That's all. It's actually not that God has forgotten, like that. Anyway. Oh, I'm so happy I shared that with you. It's been waiting for a month, you know, like that, you know. It really, when you honestly, humbly do that. I'm not saying it's easy. It takes effort, you know, because it takes effort to wrestle against that mind of doubting and seeing misery. All it sees is misery, just the past. All it sees is the past, you know. It takes effort to just ignore that and see what I'm seeing, what I'm sharing with you, you know, like that, you know. And you get better at that. You honestly get better at that. And before you know it, you have faith. You know. And before you know it, you can heal anything. You heal anything. Because that faith, you know, and you can manifest anything, you know. And the funny thing is, when you're able to do that, you don't care about manifesting things that's irrelevant for you, because you can manifest whatever you like in your life. So you don't waste your time manifesting like things that are irrelevant for you, you know? Like, you know what is really value. You go for the best. You know? You don't poke around with immaterial things like that. You go for the best, you know? The most joyful, glorious, you know, beauty in your life. Like that. Naturally, I'm not saying that will just happen naturally. I'm not saying when you do it, all the type of stuff. It's just natural that happens in you. When you have more faith, you're able to go to that level. You know? And last words I want to share for this talk is, why shouldn't we do that? Why shouldn't we? I mean, like this is like our connection, you know. This is the connection with the source, you know? Our divine like connection, you know. We got this connection, like this is natural in us. It's already given, you know. Why shouldn't we use it? Use it. You know? This method is so much more powerful than just mental manifestation. Mental, you know, mental like that. Much, 1,000 times faster and 1,000 times more powerful. Because God creates things not mentally like, you know, work it out, analyze, work it out. No. Just bang, the Big Bang happens in an instant. Like that. Anyway, I'm over time. I better finish the talk there. And Prema, you can ask the questions, try my best to answer. I've got instruction to switch the mic.
All right, we'll start with a question from Manuela in the USA. And the question is, what is the best way to end depression?
It's funny you ask that. What's the best way to end depression? The first thing I say is just watch the video we're going to release of my last talk. How to end depression through being the creator that you are and just seeing perfect peace and happiness. You know, perfect peace and happiness. You know? But I won't re-talk that, you know, but I'll share just from another way, different angles, different ways, you know, like that. So the best way to end depression besides that method is knowing what depression first is. Depression is basically when our energy, our reservoir, our vitality tank, which is absolutely massive, you know, like it's just inherent in us. Our reservoir, our vitality is that massive, infinite, you know. When it kind of gets used up and the tank gets low, it doesn't get 100% low, because 100% low, I always said that's the funeral moment, you know, when it's got no vitality left, you know, but it's not, the depression, it hasn't hit that low, you know, that, when it's, but lower, when it's kind of like 3/4 to half, then that's, you know, when it goes below 3/4, then trouble begins, you know. So depression is caused by that. Now, how is that caused? That is caused, how is vitality just evaporating? We lose it. How do we lose it? That leakage. You know? That leakage is caused by, believe it or not, thinking. You know? Because every time we think, we use up a lot of energy, because thinking is powerful. So every time we think, we use up heaps of energy. You know, heaps of energy. Like people, like, you know, you think positive thinking and negative thinking, but the truth is, both thinking use up a lot of energy. So thinking is actually not good. Positive thinking is actually in some ways not good as well, because it actually uses up vitality in your being. You're actually depleting as well, you know. So see, what you want is not thinking at all. What you want is what you call non-thinking state. That calmness, the energy in your being, you know, doesn't move like that. Through thoughts going left, right, like that, left, right, you know. See, look, when I'm not thinking, see, when I'm not thinking, the opposite happens. See? I can feel the vitality, the source just flooding my being. Like refilling. Every time we think, we're consuming energy. Every time we don't think, we actually refueling. It's like at the petrol station, we're refueling our vitality. Gotta know that. Next thing is how to stop thinking. We stop thinking by first a decision. I'm not going to think about that topic or any topic. You basically decide, I'm not going to think about it. For example, if there's a relationship breakup, and you keep on thinking about your time with the person and how nice it was and what I did wrong and why didn't it work. There's so much thinking. There's a whole package there. You got to actually stop. Decision to stop thinking. You have to drop that subject. You got to stop that subject. And to stop that subject, that means you actually have to immediately play like a little mind game. You got to almost, what you got to do is you got to almost see it as, it's not important. It's like dropping 5 cents on the ground. You don't pick it up. It's not that important, You can, let's say nothing wrong with picking it up. But sometimes you're just, it's 2 meters away already, Don't bother getting there. Like that. It's like, it's already passed, so I just let it go. It doesn't matter what inside you is saying how important that is. You just got to make a decision that's not. And that's not easy to do. It takes a lot of training, a lot of practice to have that mindset, that conviction and that mindset, how it works, and conviction and courage to just let it go. And you can actually do it temporarily. You can leave it. You can, someone has a breakup recently, they can just temporarily for a minute or two just, okay, I'll just drop it. I'll just enjoy this hamburger for now. And they eat the hamburger, they're enjoying it. Or the falafel roll if you're a vegetarian. Like that, So, you're not going to have falafel roll. Oh, this is really good. It's really nice. So you forgot about that. That's a bit. It's not important anymore. Your falafel roll is number 1 at the moment. See that? So 10 minutes, 15 minutes of eating falafel roll, you achieve that. See? It's not that hard. But when the falafel roll finishes, what's the person doing now? Who's the person with? Oh. Just go, oops, it's happening again. I'm going to drop it. I'm going to move to the falafel roll moment. Like that. So basically, you've got to stop thinking. First thing, decision, you decide, you make the decision. And second thing is through meditation. Because what meditation does is you focus one pointedness focus. And proper meditation is one pointedness focus. When you focus on one point, like say your breath, or your chakra, or whatever. When you focus on one point, while you're focusing, you can't think at the same time. So no thoughts can enter while you're focused. You literally have to lose focus, and then thoughts start flooding in. So knowing that all you have to do is learn how to focus for longer duration, you're literally buying time for your thoughts not to go in. So all you have to do is extend that bigger and bigger gap, and suddenly you have control for those minutes. And we extend it to hours. Oh my God, you're laughing. Because if someone screams at you or something, you're just like, you move into that state, and you're buying time, and you're just laughing. After an hour, that fire of anger has already diffused. It's already burned out. You're laughing, no problem. So meditation, you got to learn meditation. Not just meditation, you got to learn how to do meditation properly. There's no use doing meditation with no quality. There's no use cooking, making a massive pot, making a massive pot, and then putting the wrong amount of chili inside. you waste your time and your food. You know, you want to do it properly. You know, then it's efficient. Then it's efficient. Every minute, every second in focus, it is recharging you, refueling you, giving you more vitality instead of when you're not in focus, or when you're not thinking, then you are thinking, which means you're just draining all your energy, you know. And before you know it, your energy is flat, and they call it depression. So to end depression, you got to look at how was depression caused. I just explained how it was caused. You just reverse that. I just share with you how to reverse that, you know, because that tank will just fill up again. The funny thing is, you are not filling up the tank yourself. Of vitality, the source is. Like the source, you know, God is constantly filling up our tank of vitality. The problem is when we think, we block, we close the gate of that vitality. We close the gate to receive the present from the source, that delivery, you know, of vitality. We close it, and then we start to release the valve to release our vitality outward, and then it just empties. So that's really the way. Make a decision, make a decision, and meditate. And there's other practice as well, like awakening love in your being. Because when you awaken, when there's love in your being, a thought doesn't enter. So that's another method, you know, like that. But anyway, I'm out of time again. Next question, Prema.
All right. Jacob from Canada wants to know, how can I protect myself from negative people?
You see, basically, it's the funny thing. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. You know, it's a mindset. There's two aspects to it. There's two aspects to it. One aspect is seeing the correct seeing of how other people, what you call negative people. Because for me, when I look around, I actually don't see negative people. There's no such thing as a negative person in my being, you know? I just see like everybody is just like exactly the same as me. Happy. But they don't know it. They forgot it. So all I have to do is just friendly reminder of that they are actually already happy. That you are actually already happy. You just gotta let go of the other wrong, false thoughts. That's all of who you are. You're already happy. You know. See. So it's a certain way you see people. You know, because when you see negative people, right? What you call negative people, the more that you see how negative someone is, the more the impact that has on you. For example, let me show you a silly metaphor that comes to me right now, but it kind of makes sense. It helps to depict this. Let's say a person gets. Let's say a person is going to be bitten by a dog in their destiny. In their destiny, like, you know, it's not a good thing. No one wants that. Let's say on their calf muscle, you know, like that, and you can't avoid it. But imagine that the person, whatever they see, in other words, what size of the dog they see, you know, becomes the reality. So if they see, oh my God, that's a big dog that's gonna bite me, and because in the destiny it will bite, so it's gonna be a big dog that's gonna bite their calf. They're not gonna have much calf muscle left. You know. But if they see that dog is only a tiny chihuahua, it still has a bit of a bite, and you're gonna cop it, ouch, but you're not gonna lose your whole calf muscle, like that. So that's a metaphor that I want you to see, that when you see negative people, the way you see people has impact on you, has impact on you, If you're seeing that they're very negative, this is so negative person in front of me I'm working with. So that means each time they kind of rude to you, it feels like a big dog biting you. Not a little chihuahua going like that. You understand now? So that's one way you got to look at it, you got to have the right mindset. Ideally, when you see negative people, you think negative, you don't see like that. You just see, oh my God, that person's a saint. So kind and loving. They've just forgotten. They have just fallen over recently and have amnesia. They've forgotten. But once they remember again, once they recover from the amnesia, they're going to be a full-on kindness, amazing saint. You don't see the negative person, you see a saint. See a saint. You don't see these eyes because they're going, you idiot, whatever, all that. And you stuffed up. Or whatever, You see the person as a saint. You don't see them as negative. That's the first side to look at it. Now the second side is you have to see if that dog's going to bite you. Right? You want to make sure that you are strong. You are strong, because if you're weak and your immune system is weak, then when that dog bites you, if it has some disease or something, you're gonna get it, and you're gonna experience it in a bad way. But if you are strong and healthy, you've been exercising, you've been doing self-healing, you've been meditating, you've been praying to God for blessings, and you've been kind to humanity, so therefore they people love you and they're nice to you because you're kind to them, and they give you their blessing as well. And oh my God, and your immune system is strong, the source is flowing to you, and so that when the dog bites you, ouch, my God, I didn't need it that. But then look at it, most of the calf muscle is still there, and it's drawing a bit of blood. You check it out, get a doctor, bandage up, whatever you do, but you just know that's going to heal up. No problem at all. Like that, no problem at all. So that's how you deal with it. You basically strengthen yourself. So you're not like hiding away from people. Any negative people, you run away. Any negative people, you run away. We're going to run away too. The whole planet is, generally speaking, at the moment negative. This is what you call the Kali Yuga in Sanskrit. In India, they call this the Kali Yuga, basically the dark age. We're going to move to the golden age very soon. We're just about to move to the golden age, but right now we're still the tail end of the dark age. So, but that means that almost everyone's pretty much negative. So where are you going to move to? Unless you kind of just isolate yourself, don't see anybody, hide away from people. But after 3 months, you're going to miss people. Like, what are you going to do there? You're going to be looking for people. You're like, oh, I'm a bit lonely. I want a boyfriend or a girlfriend, You're going to be looking. You're going to miss people, Like this. What are you going to do? So much better. Don't hide away from people. Just strengthen yourself. By opening up your heart, letting go the negative energy out of you, all that fear, all the rules you have, just let it go. Let it go. Meditate daily as much as you can. When I was meditating, on my spiritual journey, when I was meditating, I was meditating from the moment my eyes open in the morning all the way until my eyes are closed. Like, I always have that mindset every moment. Every moment like that. Like, meditate. Like, you don't have to meditate like that much unless you want to attain enlightenment. I don't know. You might want to do that. But I dare you. I dare you. Like that. I'm just being silly. Don't worry about me. I'm being silly. But meditate. Open your heart. Like, read spiritual books. Books that beautiful spiritual books that move your heart, opens your heart. Read autobiography of great saints, great masters and great saints, because whatever you see, whatever goes in you, whatever you see, it becomes reality, as I talked before, I shared before today. So when you read these great masters' lives, somehow that life just goes into you. The actual, how they are, the saintliness in them, the great master in them goes in you. But make sure when you read these books, read with your open heart. Otherwise, you'll be just getting more knowledge, just intellectual knowledge, and you just clog up the system, and then you need to clean out what you call a healing, and then it costs you money. Like that. Basically, don't see them as negative. People are negative. See them as saints, already saints that don't know it, and just work at yourself. Strengthen yourself. So that when the bite comes, you're like, oh, that's nothing. That just tickled. When people rude to you, it's tickle. Financial difficulty, no problem. Sickness, oh, that's nothing. My body just heal up. And it does. Because your attitude's like that, you see? Bang, it heals up. Like that. Last question, Prema.
Right, from Chile, we have Laura, who has asked, how can we overcome rejection?
The ultimate way to end rejection is to cultivate the understanding that we are divine in our being. We're divine in our being. In other words, cultivate that in you, that you are complete just the way you are. You are complete. Like, you don't need something outside to complete you. In other words, you don't need to be famous to complete you. You don't need to be successful to complete you. You don't need a partner to complete you. You know. You're already complete. By your nature, you're already complete. Like that. That takes a lot of cultivation, but still, that mindset's got to be there. That mindset, it's got to be there. You just got to remind yourself 1,000 times. Not remind yourself just mentally, but in your heart. I'm complete. I don't need a partner to complete me. And if I have a partner, that's beautiful. But I don't need the partner to complete me while I have a partner. Not only you feel less, you don't have this rejection, you know, when they it doesn't work, they decide to leave you or whatever. But because you don't have that feeling of rejection by them, you fear rejection and all that, you feel like complete. And when you feel complete, you make them feel, oh my God, what a girlfriend, boyfriend that I have. I cannot find anybody like that in the world. So I don't bother looking for another person. I'm telling you the best way. This is not mental gymnastics. I'm telling you this is how it works, you know. Because I might think, oh, well, the other one might be better. The grass is green on the other side. But I think, nah. No, you know. No. You know, when they're with you, they just feel connected and understood and light and free. You're not controlling them. Because that, depending, when you kind of like need them, that neediness puts a lot of pressure on them, and that makes them want to run away. You know, as a matter of fact, 98% relationship breakup is because of that. It starts off with that, you know, and then the person starts to look for another partner. But before the person starts to look for another partner, that starts first. You know, the feeling not disconnected with you and not feeling free, like that. Now, of course, when it comes to rejection in a job, you apply for a job, you get rejection letters, it never comes, you know, because you feel complete. You feel complete. You don't mind that, because you know it's just a numbers game. You keep on doing it, because as you're doing it, you fine tune your resume, fine tune. You get a job interview, and you go for a job interview, and then the company reject you for whatever reason, because you're overexcited about the job. You tell them how great you are, and they think, oh, this person's egotistic. So suddenly, you know, they give you a rejection letter. That's what happened to me when I went for when I went for job interviews after university. The careers advisor said, "You're so competitive out there. You got to sell yourself." So that's what I did. When I got job interviews, I started selling myself. I was telling why they should employ me. Oh my God, I must have scared people. I got rejection letters very quickly, you know, because I just trusted the careers advisor. They say it's competitive. You got to tell them how good you are. Otherwise, how are they going to pick? They're going to pick the best, like that, you know. So in your mind, it's just a numbers game. You go for a job interview, you hone, you adjust. Before you know it, you know you're gonna get the job, because eventually you learn to be yourself. You know, be yourself, and you learn that even though you need the job, you just trust that all will be well. All will be well. You know, all will be well is another way to say I feel complete. All will be well. Like that. And when you go for a job interview, you're feeling all will be well. The person interviews you. They're not saying to you directly, but they're feeling it. They're feeling, oh my God, this person, I trust this person 100%. Because when you are yourself and you're not proving and all that, you are authentic. And when they're interviewing you, they want to make sure you're not lying. And you know, if you're dodgy, that you are dodgy. You speak like dodginess. You know, you show dodginess. They don't want to be tricked. But you're just authentic and transparent, and the energy coming off you is beautiful. Everybody wants to work with another person like that, you know. Everybody wants authentic people, nice, authentic people, instead of people needy and proving like that, egotistic. So they kind of like you, and you walk out of the interview, you don't even know you've done well or not, because you're just yourself. And before they get a phone call, you want to start. Like that, you know, like that. So that's how I got my job. Eventually, I worked it out. I kind of in some ways gave up. I thought I won't get this job in these big accounting firms, and I went for the job interview, And I thought I won't get it, so I just relaxed. I just myself. And we're talking about gym and workout, and the guy worked out too. And before you know it, I got the job. They rang up, I got the job. I was like, how did I get the job? I got this rejection so quickly from other jobs, like that. But ultimately, rejection, you deal with rejection by knowing that you're complete. I only shared a few examples to you to see, you've got to cultivate that. Don't find any other way because it won't work. It won't work, You've got to understand the principle of how it works, and your heart will feel that. Your heart will feel what I'm saying, because it's almost common sense, That's not common, like that. Just remember that you're complete. Remind yourself 1,000 times, 1,000 gazillion times, and hang around with people that remind you of that. Read books that remind you of that. Watch videos that remind you of that. Speak to God, because God will remind you of that. Do that. Okay, we'll end the Q&A now, and I've got instruction to switch mic again. So we'll finish this wisdom and awakening webinar with the Divine Infusion. So just close your eyes. And feel yourself receive the infusion. Go to your heart space, your heart center. And see yourself expand to the whole universe, beginning from the heart center. I'm just cleansing your energy field. Just prepare you to meet your soul. Now, I want to pull your energy field, your heart, to your divine essence. Pulling your energy to your soul. Feel that meeting with your soul right this moment, right now. It's like meeting an ancient friend that you had all along. It makes you feel more grounded and connected. Gives you that feeling when you meet your soul. Feel how beautiful your soul is. Now, I'm going to pull your divine essence towards meeting with the Source. It's like just shaking hand with God. Still pulling your energy towards the Source. Now, you're meeting the Source right now. Feel God's immense love for you right now, naturally coming to you. Almost makes you cry. You're so loved. You know deep within you, your journey is never alone. You're always connected with the Source. Feel God's protection right now. That feeling. That care and protection. Feel God's faith in you. The trust and faith in you. The 100% faith in you. Your goodness. Your purity. In a moment, we're going to open our eyes, but before you open your eyes, remember this connection with the Source. Always and all times. To help you in your life, to help you on this long journey, this beautiful adventure called life. You can now open your eyes and we'll end the transmission. So somehow I managed to go over time again. I hope you forgive me for that. So anyway, thanks for joining me in this such a lovely webinar. And do take care out there, look after yourself and live a beautiful life. Until next time, all the best. Thank you. See ya.
I see the joy you bring, and all I want to do is to serve you. I see the joy you bring, and all I want to do is to serve you. Savesham svasti bhavatu, Savesham shanti bhavatu, Savesham purnam bhavatu, Savesham mangalam bhavatu. I see the relief you give, and my tears of love are overflowing. I see the relief you give, and my tears of love are overflowing. Savesham fulfillment you bring, and I lay my gratefulness at your feet. I see the fulfillment you bring, and I lay my gratefulness at your feet. Savesham Swasti Bhavatu, Savesham Shanti Bhavatu, Savesham Purnam Bhavatu, Savesham Mangalam Bhavatu. I see the growth you inspire, and I am happy to be alive. I see the growth you inspire, and I am happy to be alive. Savesham Swasti Bhavatu, Savesham Shanti Bhavatu, Savesham Purnam Bhavatu, Savesham Mangalam Bhavatu. I see the relief you give, and my tears of love are overflowing. I see the relief you give, and my tears of love are overflowing. Savesham Swasti Bhavatu, Savesham Shanti Bhavatu, Savesham Purnam Bhavatu, Savesham Mangalam Bhavatu. I see the fulfillment you bring, and I lay my gratefulness at your feet. I see the fulfillment you bring, and I lay my gratefulness at your feet. Savesham Swasti Bhavatu, Savesham Shanti Bhavatu, Savesham Purnam Bhavatu, Savesham Mangalam Bhavatu. I see the growth you inspire, and I am happy to be alive. I see the growth you inspire, and I am happy to be alive. Savesham Swasti Bhavatu, Savesham Shanti Bhavatu, Savesham Purnam Bhavatu, Savesham Mangalam Bhavatu.
How has your experience been of learning the healing directly from a master?
Oh, incredible, phenomenal. And I think,
certainly even just coming today would be wonderful, but having had the Friday and the Saturday and the Sunday events all stacked one upon each other, it just, I think, opens you up, opens your heart, your mind, your consciousness to that this is all true, and it's all it's that faith is really, really strengthened. Been an absolutely beautiful, enriching, enlightening, wonderful, wonderful experience.
Do you feel like you can heal others now?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I do. I say that with utter conviction now, and I would never have said that on Friday. I would have said I want to. I've had the desire to and the want to do it. But to come to an event like this and to be guided, you know, powerfully but gently into having that conviction that you can do it, and how to take what's available to all of us, but how we can all do that is just, yeah, it's been an incredible experience.
I love the refreshing approach that Sri Avinash brings. It's simple, but it's really very powerful, and gave us all some beautiful tools that are applicable, you know, in healing. It's encouraging to recognise that we can be our own healers, and with the support and education of people like Sri Avinash, it goes a long way to helping us to take responsibility for ourselves. I love his simple but pragmatic and humorous teaching style. It's very down to earth, and to actually be there in Sri Avinash's atmosphere and watching him work, it's like a picture like that is better than 1,000 words.
What was it like to witness the live demonstrations? What did
that was amazing, because I saw the girl that he was doing it on. Oh my God, what a big lift. Even her posture changed.
You had the opportunity on the day to practice with other students.
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
That was really fun. That was really, really fun, because I would try all the energies that he explained, and I like the dynamic chi. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna, you know, I always start off with that. And then when my partner was doing it back to me, I can feel it. I was like, oh, he's doing it back to me. And it made me laugh. It was like, oh my God, so that's what it feels like. So powerful and so strong. But it was amazing because so we had two partners separately, of course. And each time we both knew what the other one was using.
Amazing.
Yeah, because he allowed us to feel that before we practiced on each other. We knew what it felt like when we were doing it to one another. I even done it on my daughter. When she's sleeping, she grinds her teeth.
Yeah.
And so I start doing it on her, and then she completely stops. But the funny thing is, she doesn't know that I'm doing it because she's sleeping. Her back will be turned, but as soon as I start, she'll turn towards me.
How about that?
I know, amazing. So it's really good because the teachings really come in handy.
Yeah. How would you describe Sri Avinash, by the way?
Like a really good friend. You know, he's someone that he reminds you of a really good friend that you had, you know. That's the feeling that I get whenever I see him. I'm like, he reminds me of a really good friend.
He just has the amazing ability to connect at a level where he's amongst us. So he's not on a pedestal, you know, he's not like a hierarchy, you know, it's like he's one of us, and he's sharing. I feel like he turns himself inside out for us. It's like he strips down all your vulnerabilities, and and you feel safe with him. And he's just honest, and he's genuine, and he's caring. He's actually he cares about us. You know, I've just had a huge shift, like directly in the heart, in the way that I just feel so happy, and I just feel so much love. It's unbelievable. And I did not actually know that I would become a healer. And through the interaction, through the practicing, I got such positive feedback from the people I did healing with that I had no idea I had that in me. So yeah, it's just been a real positive outcome. I know I was infused because when I was doing my healing, like today, I know we did some yesterday, and when I did some today, I had a really good rapport from, you know, the healer, and I called upon the great healers, you know, to help me, you know, today with, you know, divine light, divine love, divine peace. So, you know, they were there, they were backing me up, 100%.
Can you tell me about the feedback that you received when you were practicing the healing on others? What sort of things did people say?
Just, you know, how, you know, when I was tuning in, when I was bringing in the divine light or divine love, they could actually feel it coming in when I was infusing them. You know, they could feel the shift, which was really uplifting for me because I was giving it everything I had, even though, you know, it was my first time. I just gave it everything I had and it was truly working. So, yeah, it was amazing.
My healee experienced exactly where I was directing those lights.
That must have really been, you know, confidence building for you.
It was, even to the point where I was wrapping my healee in that orb of light clockwise. She actually felt something going clockwise around her. So that was pretty amazing. I mean, you know, it was the same direction that I was doing it. I was very surprised that she actually felt what I was doing. Had tears of gratitude. Suddenly I realised that's what I'm here for.
From the moment I walked in and he started transmitting his healing, you know, I think the first minute I just had tears rolling down my face because I could just feel the divine love that he was transmitting to us. I loved how we've been able to witness people being healed right in front of our eyes. You know, there's nothing more powerful, you know, if you're showing it right there, it's very, very powerful. It brings you that, wow, this is real. It's just real. Yeah, I can just feel it, and I don't know how you describe it, but it's, you know, it's great because it just makes you feel blissful, I guess, and tranquil and peaceful.
Sri Avinash awakened the great healer in you. What was that like?
I did not want that session to end.
What would your recommendation be to someone thinking about attending a masterclass?
I'll just do it. It's phenomenal. You won't regret it. It's phenomenal.
Well, I came with no expectations, so yeah, it really blew me out of the water.
It's almost like they say, you know, if you're going to do one thing in your life, do this.
I've been on a spiritual level for so long, but this was the ultimate experience I had in my life.
From the moment we arrived, you could tell that it wasn't just any retreat. There was calm everywhere. Everybody was extremely friendly.
It's lovely to be in a group with people who are all looking for peace and happiness, and to watch people change over the weekend. It's beautiful.
Through all the spiritual master that I met, I never experienced the connection as I do with this spiritual master. I mean, everyone has goodness, but he has something really special.
He is just an amazingly beautiful presence. Strong, gentle, powerful.
You feel his unconditional love and his compassion, and at the same time, his joyfulness, you know? It's so good, you know. In most spiritual retreat, everything is serious. Here I can't stop laughing.
He's the funniest master you're ever going to meet. Most genuine and happy and joyful. He's the common man's master. He really is.
There is an immediate heart. You just feel his heart, and it's beautiful.
It's a very special man in a very special body doing God's work.
Those whose hearts are not open to me during this retreat, they're going to feel great. And those whose hearts are open, they're going to feel amazing at the end of the retreat.
I will never forget for the rest of my life this feeling of power and strength and stillness and calm. Like a solid tree surrounded by crazy wind and it just doesn't move. That power, that feeling, that is just out of this world.
That was just incredible. Very grounding, very centering. It was just, yeah, it was really great. It felt very sort of chaotic, just very off-center, very ungrounded. Before I came yesterday, now I feel probably more grounded than I've ever felt.
All I could feel was love, peace and joy for the whole of humanity, the universe, everything, which is what I've been praying for.
It's just an amazing moment. It's an amazing experience and it's so powerful.
Your mind will be wrestling all over the place, going all over the place. And it's a bit like arm wrestle. It's spiritual arm wrestle, you know? And I arm wrestle you. And when I get you down like that, that's your in satori, which is a temporary state of enlightenment.
He teaches complex subjects in a really easy to understand, straightforward manner that have examples in our everyday life.
His talks are always interesting, his questions and answers, he's funny. And he's got all these metaphors from his own life when he was growing up, which helps us relate that to our own lives and the experiences that we've had.
I could feel when he was around me. It was just the most beautiful feelings. You could see a real difference in everyone's faces, like before and after.
It feels amazing. Whatever it has to heal, it got healed.
I teach the way, the correct way to do meditation and understanding how it works. It's not guesswork, you know. Doing it and knowing exactly what you are doing confidently, and when you practice it, you get results.
Yeah, he's so, loving to everyone, calm, and then just the way he spent time with every individual is the thing that everyone can see.
It was so lovely. Yeah, he just put his hand on my head, and yeah, I can just feel just beautiful energy coming through my body. So peaceful, you know. Really in my heart space as well. Just beautiful love.
Well, that's a very, very special event, and being so close to him and feeling that pure energy and that pure love and the way that transcends my being at that particular point in time. I just felt like a very different person when I stood up.
I feel magically blessed to have this experience and to have access to Sri Avinash in any form. So the one thing I would say is I'm eternally grateful, and I would encourage anybody to take up any opportunity they can.
People in Australia everyone should come here. Everyone should experience something like this.
For me, I would love everybody in the whole world to be able to do this retreat and spend time with Sri Avinash and experience what I've experienced.
With everybody else that I've spoken to, they can't believe the amount of transformation they've had in such a short space of time.
I don't know, it was such a blissful experience for me. And you actually have to come. It's not good to listen to what I say. Come and experience for yourself, and believe me, you never forget about it.
see the joy you bring.